Ahí le asumo mi parte, por favor.
Good morning, Miss Gracia and classmates. Today we will perform for you our YouTube journal. And the instructions for this YouTube journal was to give a summary of and choose a new from the link you gave us, and then talk about some solutions and identify some general effects or aspects that affects the society. And so our new topic is Egypt's population surges past 90 millions, straining resources of a pure nation. So we decide to choose this new because we think this problem of overpopulation is extremely affecting the world in many aspects. And also the part that talks about the resources of a pure nation, because we all come from different countries and some are poorest than the others. And so, giving a brief summary of what the news was about, it was about an Egyptian woman who shared the testimony of what she's living. She had 9 children. One of them had mental disabilities. 2 of them live with her mother because they don't have enough money to pay for some of their issues. She has no work, and also the father of these children lost his work. Another aspect was like the introduction of the new was that Egypt has been the long most populous nation in the Arab world, and is more than twice as the largest second biggest Arab state, which is Algeria. And this statistics is given by a demographer whose name is Hassan Saki, and he worked for the National Population Council. It is said that Egypt's number growing by close to 2 million of a year, and all the analysts sounds alarming because of this data. And so what we will share in the next few minutes are some effects, are some solutions that we give, some conclusions, and also some examples of overpopulation and the effects of the resources in a poor nations.
Okay, so good morning, Miss Gracia. My name is Wilmer, and I will talk some about overpopulation. And it is not just affecting Egypt. It is also affecting the majority of the world. What causes that, and what effects we have? For example, we have a population of 7 billion people, and we don't have enough land. We can produce enough food, but that food is not distributed correctly. For example, here in our country, Honduras, there are some people that just live with $2 a day. Just imagine live with just $2 a day. They don't have enough food. They can have enough supplies for their homes. They live in their house. It's like they don't have good land and things like that. And they are families which they have like nine children. Just you can read the new which you gave us. That family have nine children, and they cannot feed them. And in the new was like something very very sad. For example, the older sister was taking out the nap of his brother, and not in very good condition. And we are also degrading our lands. We have to use our lands wisely just to feed all of our people. And if you go to places like US, there are enough food. They, they can even throw the food to the trash can because they have too much. And if you go like places to Africa, there are many people dying for one piece of food just to feed their families, to feed their children, and they are killing just for a little piece of water. And if we go to other places, they have everything. And we have to make conscience on how to use our resources, how to give all our resources to other people, and use them wisely as much as we can. So now my friend Jesus will talk more about that topic.
Hello, my name is Jesus. I'm going to talk about causes that make overpopulation. One of the biggest causes is the medical facilities. People in all the world have more facilities to go to hospitals and get good medical conditions, and this is making a decline in the death rate. The decline in death rate is when dead people is less than born children. This is a problem that is affecting all the world. In more countries like US and Russia, we have this. This is a big problem because they have more social security for their people. They gave them more medical treatment. They help them with food, and this is making the decline of the death rate. Another is the technology advancement that in all the world they are looking for. The technology is looking for new medicines and trying to make better conditions for all the people in the world. Another is the lack of family planning. This is a big problem because families don't they don't have conscience of this, of overpopulation, and they just have a lot of children. Like in some places is most seen in poor people because they have like 9 or 12 children, and they don't have because maybe they don't have the money to use condoms or some sexual education. And another is like because they are poor, they have much children because they put their children to work, and this make them to have more money in the house, to have more food, to help the children that is growing. And another, but now my friend Inti is going to talk about some examples.
Well, I'm going to talk about some examples about Latin America. In the case of countries of like Honduras, Guatemala, Colombia, and Chile, there's no an exceed of people, so we don't have that kind of problem. But in Mexico, there's a law that it's telling that you can have only one child for family, just like China and Japan. So in this case, we are in other in the case of my country, Chile, we have not we don't have this kind of problem because the people it's not only having sex and having children. We have another like regulations that make us always be like in equality. So in the case of Honduras, we can see that it's a country that is growing up, but they don't exceed the population. In Guatemala it's the same, and in Colombia it's the same because we are always educating the people that we need to don't have a lot of children, or because it's going to pass the same thing that are going in this moment in the other side of the world, like it's China, that they have too much people for too low lands. So now I'm going to leave my friend Juan Pablo that's going to talk about the effects.
Okay, hello. My name is Juan Pablo Rios and I'm going to talk about Egypt. This has long been the most populous nation in the Arab world, but their population has risen by some 20 million over the past decade. According to the article, the base of the problem is the growth of the population that is caused by the lack of education and birth control. Also, the citizens complain about Egypt's economy, but in my opinion, it's a complex situation there because citizens don't use birth control, so they have a lot of children and they can't support them. Another thing is that they never have been in the school, so probably these children have fathers with lack of education, so when they can support and feed the children, they send the kids to work, and that is the worst thing that happens. There for many reasons like this. The first one is that families are very big and without money to raise their children. Children must be in the school, not working for incomes. The children must be in the school not working for incomes. That is the father's duty. The third effect is that they can read or write. That is something that people learn in primary school. The economy is not growing fast, so the citizens can see the improvement of the country due to they have a lot of children. And the final effect is that Egypt have a big problem if we talk about economics, because the budget is not enough because they have a lot of citizens, so they have to focus on the education, on the health, another is on the construction, the taxes, and many other things. They can have more incomes from taxes, but how they can raise the taxes is their citizens are unemployment and they don't know how to read or write. Also, their incomes are from natural resources, and every year Egypt loses agricultural land caused by the population growth. Due to this, they have built more hospitals, more schools, more houses. Okay, my advice is simple as this. If one country wants social improvement, their citizens must go to school and also to the university, because if they don't have educated people, they won't succeed. Moreover, if they improve their education system, they can improve their economy. Then they will stop breathing in as much as women will be working, thinking about studying, traveling the world, things like that, instead of raising a family. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so as a conclusion, we can say that we have to use our resources wisely, educate our people, just like Juan Pablo was saying, in Egypt, they have resources, but those resources, they are not using them wisely. And if we educate our people, we can get away from this problem. And we also have to use some laws of regulation. Anything that you would like to add?
Thank you, Miss Gracia, and classmates.